This is probably the most important video I've ever done in the history of this channel. This is probably the most important video of all of them, guys. We're talking about the top 10 biggest financial mistakes people are making, guys. And almost every single person out there is making at least one of these. Some people are making a dramatic amount of these, guys. Every single one of these can F up your life so bad if you're making them. And if you're making a lot of them, you're not going to be in a good financial place. I can almost guarantee you that. Every one of these is key. And actually, the one I left for last, number 10, it's probably my favorite of all of them, which some people are not going to enjoy hearing because it's not a fun thing to hear, but a lot of people need to hear this, guys. So I'm going to enjoy sharing this with you guys today. Let's just go ahead and get right into this. We got a lot to cover in these top 10. So number 1. Living beyond their means. The number one biggest financial mistake by far. So many people are making this. Living beyond their means. And this means basically when you're spending every penny that's coming through the door, or maybe even spending more money than what's coming through the door. And this isn't like, oh, you know, someone making 100,000, they can't be doing this. No, absolutely. A lot of people in the middle class, a lot of people in the upper middle class are living beyond their means. They got these loans on these cars they really can't afford. They got a house that is much bigger than what they need, which, you know, they could get by with a house half that size or a quarter that size. All these things, guys, and they're living beyond their means. They're putting no money toward investing. They're putting no money towards savings. Every penny that comes through the door is basically leaving right back out the door because they feel like they got to live this lifestyle up here. They're living this lifestyle. And I just want to reiterate, this is not just something that like poor people struggle with. The middle class, even rich people. How many athletes do we know that made millions upon millions of dollars, if not tens of millions of dollars? 3-5 years after their career, broke, completely broke. This isn't just like, oh, you're poor, so you're only making $20,000 a year, you're only making $25,000 a year, so therefore this is your issue. No, this is everybody, guys. This is everybody. A massive amount of Americans are making this mistake. Don't live beyond your means. Live under your means. Live like you're, someone making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 less than what you're making. Live that type of lifestyle. Put the other money towards savings and things like that. And then guess what? That's going to help you dramatically and live a much better lifestyle when you're 30 years old than when you were 20, and when you're 40 than when you were 30, and things like that, because you'll end up putting yourself way ahead of the game like that, guys. So don't live beyond your means. It's such a huge financial mistake, and it's by far the biggest in my opinion. Number 2, having no emergency fund. So many people, once again, do not have an emergency fund. They don't have an extra few $1,000s laying around. That it is just like untouchable money unless an exact emergency happens. Like the worst thing happens and they have no other money to touch. A lot of people don't have that. I always have an emergency fund in case something goes wrong and I can adjust, and I got the money there that can pay off my rent, pay off my car, pay off everything that I have basically for at least a month. At least a month. I usually keep it for at least few months, right? Because you never know what can happen, especially if you work for a company, you work for somebody, guys. You never know when that could be your last day. What if that company struggles a little bit and they lay you off and then you're out of a job? If you don't have any emergency fund, how are you supposed to live? What you're going to end up doing is just trying to be desperate, going for whatever job you can get, which hopefully you can get one. You get that job and then you're stuck working there at that time, because you don't have an emergency fund in place that would have gave you the time to then go and look for that new job that's the right job that maybe pays a lot more and those kinds of things, guys. Huge financial mistake not having an emergency fund. And the amount of people that don't have an emergency fund, it's quite startling. So always have an emergency fund, at least a month worth of expenses, if not 3 to 6 months. That's what I prefer, 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in an emergency fund. Untouchable money unless the worst thing happens, like you lose your job or something dramatic like that. Number 3, not learning any longer. A lot of people think like, oh, I graduated high school, I graduated college, I don't need to learn anymore. No, not me. I'll never stop learning. And I mean never, ever, ever stop learning. That's the worst thing you can do, is stop learning, guys. Always be trying to learn. Always be trying to learn about this thing and that thing and this way to make money and that way to make money. Never stop learning. Never be complacent like, oh, you know what? I'm up to this certain level now. I don't need to learn anymore. I'm too good for learning. Hell no. I've been investing for 9 years in the stock market. I'm still trying to learn stuff that, oh, what is this convertible option they're trying to do over here at a 3.5% that's expiring 5 years from now? What does that mean? What are we doing here? I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to learn. 9 years in the game, 9 years going hard, and I'm still learning. And I still want to learn. And I want to learn about a lot of different things other than just stock market investing, right? I never quit learning. I'm always learning more about different types of businesses, industries, trends, everything, guys. I'm never satisfied. Don't ever be satisfied like you're up to this level, you're making this much money, you have an account balance at this stage, so I'm done. I'm too good for learning. I'm too fancy for learning. No, never, ever stop learning, or it's going to cost you a lot of money. I can guarantee you that 100% of the time. Number 4, not investing aggressively enough when they're young. Young people, mainly I'm talking people under the age of 40, you should absolutely be investing more aggressively. Now, that doesn't mean let's go out and buy all these penny stocks. That doesn't mean let's go buy all these speculative marijuana stocks that you guys always want me to do a video about that. I have never found one yet that I'm interested in at all. So please stop asking that, because I'm not going to do a video about it unless I find one I'm actually interested in investing in. That doesn't mean let's go gamble our money away. No, absolutely not. This means picking more growth-oriented companies, right? Investing more in stocks than anything else at that age, because those are going to give you the best chance of returns. Looking into things like longer-term out options, things like that. So don't just gamble your money away, but at the same time, don't just stick it in, Johnson & Johnson stock, or don't just stick it, in Procter & Gamble, or a company that's growth is very much limited. You might want to have one of those stocks or two of those stocks that are more, safer type companies, but you want to make your money into money. This is those ages, that's the age you really want to, compound, try to get a 20% return or a 30% return or a 40% return, especially when the markets are doing very good. That's what you want to go after when you're young, and if you do make a mistake with a stock, right, you have plenty of time to bounce back. But I just want to reiterate, that doesn't mean let's gamble our money on all these speculative stocks and things like that. You can just go more aggressively than someone that's older, for instance. And that brings me to point number 5, which is older people that invest too aggressively. It's a huge financial mistake, because if you're 55 years old, 50 years old, you don't want to be investing as aggressively as, say, Jeremy, who's 27 years old, right? Because at that point in time, you've done so much in your life, you've built so much, that if you are trying to invest aggressively and you make a mistake, because sometimes if you are investing more aggressively, you will make some mistakes, right? You'll pick that wrong stock or something. You lose a massive amount of money. A lot harder to bounce back when you're 55 years old, 60 years old, than when you're 27 years old, 28 years old, and you can still create businesses. You can still make many more successful investments. So as you get older, you want to play it a little more safe. You want to literally every decade that goes along, you just start playing a little more safe. In my 30s, I'll be playing a little more safe than I've been playing in my 20s. In my 40s, a little bit more safe than in my 30s, and for sure more safe than my 20s, and so on and so forth. So older people investing too aggressively, it's just too dangerous. It's flat out too dangerous. It should be more about maintaining wealth and trying to slowly build wealth. Once you reach really like 40, 50 years old, especially after that, 60 years old, then you really want to preserve wealth. Number 6. Only caring about one type of investing. So right off the bat, when you're starting to learn about investing, right, whether you're trying to go this route or this route, you're going to focus on that route, get good at that route. But once you're good at that, then you can start focusing on learning another type of investing. So for instance, I focused on stock market investing for 9 years. This past year, because I started a real estate marketing company and I'm more on the real estate side now, I'm also learning a lot about real estate investing right now. I'm learning a lot about real estate investing. Like, that's something I'm focused on right now. I'm really trying to learn about different tactics, different ways to do things. So that way I can diversify away from just maybe stock market investing, especially as I get older and I have this new wave of something I'm doing, guys. Same thing, you might want to look into investing in bonds, investing in, let's say, private companies that are maybe growth companies, venture capital. I'm trying to learn into a lot of different investing things because I got the stock market thing down, right? I've been learning for 9 years and I'm still learning. I'm still focused on that. But I don't learn nearly as much now because I have so much knowledge. So I'm trying to learn more about real estate investing, and I'll get that to a certain place. Then I'll learn more about investing in small businesses, things like that. So I'm not just focused on one thing investing, and that's it, guys. I'm learning some new ones. Number 7. Um, a lot of people are very impatient. They want the money now. They want that business they started to be $1 million business now. They want that, Instagram account that they just started to have 10,000 subscribers already now. They want, their stock market account to double next year. They want it all now, 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 now. And what happens is they get so impatient with things that they end up not even going through with it. They end up quitting very early on because a lot of times, the majority of the time, 99% of the time, they're not even going to get close to that ridiculous goal they set, right? They're not even going to get close to it. And what happens with a lot of people is they get discouraged. They get discouraged because they thought, oh man, I've been posting these Instagram photos for 6 months now. I only got 58 I guess you call it followers on Instagram. I only got 58 followers. I want to have 10,000. This isn't worth my time. Let's throw it away. So that's the thing, guys. Very impatient. A lot of people are very impatient. They want the money now. They want the fame now. They want whatever they want. They want it now, and they don't stick through, and they don't understand the process, that it's a hard process to go through. It's not just an easy thing. So stay patient. Understand that things take time. Things you want to build in life take time. Not everything's just what I saw on TV. The guy that created Snapchat, he did it in like 3 years and he's worth billions now. That's 0.0000001% of the time, guys. 0.00001% of the time. It almost never happens. So understand it's a process. Understand it's going to be hard. Number 8, always wanting to give, always wanting to take more value than what you're giving to people. So whether you're working for a company, you got to think, I need to give my boss way more value than I'm getting back for him if I want that promotion, or her. I want that promotion. People always want to try to take more value than what they're giving. On YouTube, I see it all the time. So many YouTube channels are created all around just trying to sell a product, sell a service, and instead of trying to actually give their subscribers, their base, a lot of great free content and a lot of great value. The reason I know my book is going to sell great is because I know I give a ridiculous amount of value to my viewers. So the one time I do sell something to them, it's going to do phenomenal because everybody knows that I give great value. So that $10 book, that's going to be a great value. They know that. They expect that from me. They know that. So that's why I'm going to do great. And a lot of these other people, they just try to sell all the time. They're trying to sell a service. Oh, buy my $100 course, buy my $300 course, buy my $50 ebook, buy this, buy that. Instead of trying to really build a base that cares about it. And you can always tell those people because they do run all these advertisements, and there's several people that are doing it now. They run all these advertisements. They got 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, and they release a video and it does less views than what we do on this channel. And we have 30,000 subscribers? Like, I'll look at some of theirs, and within the first 48 hours, they'll have a couple thousand views. I'm like, you have 1 million subscribers. It's because they're not giving any value to their base. They're not giving any value. They're just trying to take whatever you're trying to do in life. Make sure whoever's on the other side, they're getting more value than you're getting from them. Huge, huge, huge key. I cannot reiterate that enough. It's so big. Number nine, only having one income source. Huge financial mistake. I mean, a gigantic financial mistake. When you have more than one income source, it opens up so many more opportunities for you. It opens up so many more things you can do. When you only have one income source, you're so reliant on that one income source that if anything bad happens to that income source, if you get your money cut, if you get, your job taken away, that business taken away, whatever, you're screwed. You're screwed because you have no backup. You have absolutely no backup. So I don't care if somebody's making $250,000 a year. I don't care if somebody's making $750,000 a year. I don't care if somebody's making $1.1 million a year. You should absolutely have a second income of some kind. Something you're building, guys. Some type of other little side hustle you got going on that you're making money somehow doing something. And if you want to, get a lot of ideas, you can watch some of my passive income videos that I give away a ton of ideas in those. Do something to create some type of other income, some type of side business. I don't care what amount of money you think you're making. You need to have something else planned out, guys, because bad's gonna happen eventually. A recession or something. You might get laid off from your work. Your pay might get cut by 50%. And if you don't have something else around, you're gonna be screwed really bad. Have another income source, and then you're not as reliant on that job. And who knows, that other income source you start might end up being 50 times more money than what you are making from your job or from your current business. It could be just gigantic, guys. So make sure you have more than one income source. And the last one, probably the second most important, number one was definitely the most important. I probably saved the second most important for this last one. Number 10, people are delusional about how much time it takes to truly be successful at something. People are delusional about how much work it takes. So many people think they're working hard and they're not. Like straight up, they're not. You don't know how many people I came across when I worked at Quick Trip, right? I worked at Quick Trip and I would come across people all the time that thought, I'm working so hard, why am I not getting promoted? Why are you getting promoted? And then guess what happens when the people went away from the register? Those people would be looking at their nails, on their phone, and what would I be doing? I'd be busting my ass. I'd be cleaning the store, doing stuff that's actually productive. Not just like, when's the next customer going to come type stuff. I would actually be doing stuff, learning stuff, talking to customers, things like that when they're just focused on playing on their phone, whatever they're doing. People are delusional about how much work it takes. I cannot wait for the day that a year from now we have 100,000 plus subscribers, and I guarantee you we're going to have some people that come on this channel that never watched a video before, that watch a video and they say, wow, look at this guy. He's so lucky. They're going to probably say that. They're going to say, he's so lucky. He's got 100-something thousand subscribers. He makes all this money from YouTube. All he does is sit in front of his camera for 10, 20 minutes and record a video. How easy is that? And they're going to have no conception, no clue that I had 40, 50 videos out. 40, 50 videos and I had 79 subscribers. They had no clue on what I did. They have no clue that I've created 340 videos in the last 15 months since I started this channel, or 16 months. I think we're 15 or 16 months in now. 340 videos. 340. They're going to have no conception of that. They're going to have no conception of all the work that goes on behind the scenes as far as thinking about video plot ideas, planning out videos, recording them, editing them, posting them. They have no clue about all the work that goes in behind it. No clue. And people are just delusional about how much work it takes to really be successful. I was on someone's YouTube page the other day. I was watching a video. I like watching videos sometimes on like YouTube tips and stuff that some of the some channels like Roberto Blake do, video creators, some of those channels, they give out a lot of YouTube tips around the algorithm, things like that, things that are working. YouTube's always changing an algorithm. I can never stop learning, right? So it only makes sense that I don't care that I have 30,000 subscribers. I'm still trying to learn like YouTube stuff, right? And growth hacks and some of those kinds of things. So I'm on one of those channels and I'm like looking at the comments while I'm listening to the video, right? Which is probably what a lot of people do. And I see this comment from this chick and she's like, I'm not getting anywhere. I put in so much time to my channel. I'm not getting anywhere. I click on her channel. She's got 5 videos posted. 5 videos posted. She's got 53 subscribers. I'm like, you haven't done shit yet. Like, you got 5 videos posted. You got 5. What did you think? Like, you were going to post 5 videos and you got 5 million subscribers? Like, how delusional are some people? Like, you don't understand how much work it takes. Literally, how much work it takes to be successful at anything. You got 5 videos posted. You probably spent a day of work or a couple days worth of work and you have 53 subscribers. I had 79 subscribers when I had 40 plus videos posted. Like, people are literally delusional and they think like it's just going to come easy to them. It's not. You got to work your ass off at whatever you want to do if you want to be successful at anything in life, whether it's starting a company, whether it's trying to get promoted at a company, whether it's trying to do something on social media related on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever service it is. When you want to be successful at something, you need to work your ass off. You need to put in the work and you never need to stop working. You need to just keep it going constantly, guys. So those are the top 10 by far biggest financial mistakes I see people making out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up button if you really did. It's probably the most important video I've arguably ever done on this channel, and I can literally not think of one video I've ever done on this channel that's more important than this one we talked about here today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Share it with a friend or share it with a family member if it's something that you think they might benefit from. I would love to see some of that. Anyways, guys, if you just came across this today, you may want to subscribe. We talk personal finance on the channel, which this is kind of a little personal finance. We talk entrepreneurship. This video was a little bit entrepreneurial. We talked the stock market, the most of everything, which we did talk investing in this, so this really talked about all 3 subjects in here. Thank you for watching and have a great day.